Greetings and Assalamualaikum. We are here to present for EREKA 2025, Tabletop Role-Playing Adventures in English Language Learning. My name is Khairul Hisham Jamaluddin, and I will be presenting on behalf of my teammates from UDMAP's Faculty of Business and Communication, Nur Farahhein Johari, Nur Syafawati Muhammad Zuki, Nur Syamimi Muhammad Adnan, and Suzana Sulaiman. Our abstract: Tabletop role-playing games offer an innovative and engaging approach to English language learning by fostering immersive storytelling, collaboration, and critical thinking. Typically played with one game master and 2 to 8 players, TTRPGs encourage students to actively develop their speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills through role-play and problem-solving scenarios. This interactive method aligns with the educational goals such as enhancing leadership, thinking skills, and language proficiency. Additionally, TTRPGs provide a fun and structured environment where students learn through experience, making language acquisition more natural and meaningful. Ultimately, incorporating TTRPGs into language education promotes deeper engagement, enhances communication skills, and supports comprehensive student development. Our problem statement: English language students in Malaysia are inundated with a number of challenges: lack of engagement because of passive language learning approaches, struggles to develop communication, critical, creative, and leadership skills in the second language, anxiety and lack of confidence in expressing themselves fluently in English, and insufficient practice in the real world, and a need for an interactive and immersive approach to bolster language acquisition in English speaking. TTRPGs are collaborative storytelling games with a framework to guide narrative and randomized outcomes. Teachers become referees, known as game masters, to create challenges and scenarios. Students become players to take on diverse roles in these scenarios. Teachers present to the students the scenario, and the students have to collaborate with each other to achieve the scenario objective by interacting with each other and with the teacher. Players must speak to describe things or to declare their actions, while the teacher moderates the narrative and referee the game rules being used. Players collaborate instead of compete to overcome these challenges, achieve their objective, and complete their story. The novelty of using this is when players play the game in class, students will experience a dynamic narrative, interactive storytelling, where they actively participate in shaping the story through language use. The game also encourages spontaneous language use, enhances engagement, and motivates students to communicate effectively. Students choose roles with skills, specialized skills that help them to develop empathy, leadership, and teamwork skills while practicing English in the context of the game setting. Scenarios are presented to students that can be customized and contextualized to include history, science, and literature, making it a versatile educational tool. The content narrative encourages students to interact with each other and with the game elements itself, thus improving language skills. Key features of TTRPGs: we have the participants, which are the game master and the players, who narrate, declare actions, speak in character, reacts in character, and roll dice to determine action outcome. We have the game elements, which are the game rules, which there are dozens of available rules optimized for different genres and settings of plays available in the market, or we can design our own rules. The game genre and setting also helps with engagement. If students love horror movies, then a horror-based scenario would get them excited enough to be engaged. The scenario presented should be structured so that if you want the students to use English language to explain, persuade, or argue, situations would be designed and integrated into the scenario. Education applications are numerous and not limited to language learning through speaking, listening, reading, and writing activities, historical immersion by role-playing historical figures and scenarios, and critical thinking exercise through problem-solving challenges. We can also offer these as face-to-face, online, or blended learning micro-credential speaking course programs. Past collaboration we have been involved with are a webinar with Masa University, invitation to conduct game-based learning activities with Sekolah Menengah Sains Tuanku Seputra in Kanga, Pei Fong Middle School in Malacca, and Suci International School in Kuala Lumpur. As you can see, this is a photo of me running a TTRPG activity with my students, with myself as the GM and the students as players. Various types of dice are used to produce randomization during gameplay based on the rules used. Here is a graphic of a classroom using TTRPG. The teacher narrates the scenario piecemeal, moderates the group of students using suitable rules engines to arbitrate dice rolls. The students discuss, react, declare their actions, then roll dice to see if their actions succeed or fail. Everything is done within a specified game setting based on a genre or theme best suited for the students. For example, espionage, science fiction, or even horror. Ultimately, the students will experience a coherent narrative in what seems to be an exciting novel, movie, or TV show, except that they are the characters in the story and the ending cannot be predicted. The 4 advantages of using TTRPGs are the scenario can be designed by the instructor to enhance language proficiency because students need to play the game. The game cannot advance if one player keeps silent. Promote critical thinking using challenges presented in the narrative. Support and increase student engagement and reduce speaking anxiety because of the narrative aspect of the game. And also be flexible and inclusive for the range of student age levels from primary schooling to professional team building programs. How do we commercialize TTRPG in education? Educational packages where other institutions can invite us to consult to develop modules for their curriculum needs. I have been invited 5 times to various events because of my experience in this, so there is definite interest in this, in the education and commercial field. We can also help train other educators and trainers to implement TTRPGs elsewhere, whether face-to-face or online. And in terms of online classes and training, we can develop our own desktop and mobile apps based on available apps such as Roll20, Foundry, or Owlbear Rodeos. We have discussed in this video a lot of our possible target users previously, but I also would like to add community and extracurricular groups where we offer USR service to libraries, clubs, after-school programs, and even museums. For your information, I've even presented this to Museum Kota Kayang to highlight Perlis history to their visitors in the form of role-playing games. There are plenty of opportunities for industry and business collaboration as well as income generation, especially with educational institutions and private and public organizations that require consultation for training and team building using games. This is an industry need which I discovered when I attended the Malaysian Games and Simulations Conference in Putrajaya in 2024. Sustainable development goals we should achieve by this are SDG 4, quality education, SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure, and SDG 10, reduced inequality. In conclusion, we believe that TTRPGs are an unexplored field that would improve education and training not just in Malaysia but planet-wide because of its innovative and effective methods, ability to engage with participants because it is narrative-based, scalability to account for diverse learning levels and objectives, and its potential for commercialization, and for UNIMAP to be a leader in this field in Southeast Asia and beyond. Thank you very much.